Man United 2, Liverpool 4. So disappointing, man. Like, I know the season's petering out, and I know we're secure top 4 and all of that, and still got. And I did say even before, even if we lose, it might not be the end of the world. But just the manner of that defeat and the level of performance, especially when we want to stop Liverpool, getting into Europe. That should be the players' motivation. We haven't beaten them at Old Trafford for a little while. And them players were rested up. They've been doing the Thursday, Sunday for a long while. So there's no excuses there.
Honestly, today, it's one of them games where it's Manchester United versus Liverpool. Like, even if it doesn't mean anything to them players, well, it should do, because
it does, yeah, exactly.
There's a chance to make sure Liverpool doesn't get top 4, and we just give it to them, basically, by the way that you play. But it's still Manchester United versus Liverpool. The way that we played today, bar a few players, because I thought Bruno's attitude, despite, I don't think he played amazingly, but I thought his attitude was absolutely top. Despite him, where was the attitude of the players? It just looks so lethargic, so slow, sloppy passes like we've seen numerous times, and nothing was going right for us. I thought we scored. Bruno's goal was, let's be honest, it was a kind of a fluke. I thought it was going on target, but I don't know. I think
might be going wide. Yeah,
might have saved it. Rashford's on Robertson. It wasn't even going in, and I just don't think we played very well today. And I do think we handed Liverpool the goals. Definitely. The calamity of errors for that goal after half time. Shaw not clearing his lines. Why are people still passing it to Fred on the edge of the box? I do not know. The amount of times that Fred has put a loose ball through on the edge of the box and it's ended up causing some sort of goal or a scare or something. It's happened numerous times. It's still happening, the same routine. Passing out from the back, it scares me.
Not good enough, yeah.
Henderson as well today. Oh my God, he scared me so much. I've bigged him up. You know what I've said about him, but I'm honest about the players. I don't have any bias. And for that last goal, I mean, just don't embarrass yourselves and make it 4-2. God knows.
Even the first goal too. Even the first goal where he comes for it and doesn't punch it properly.
It shouldn't have come for it. But Tommy was heading it away. But then on the last goal, why all these subbed Matic on is beyond me. I understand you want to play through the midfield more, but you can at least take McTominay off for Tuanzebe or something if you're gonna switch that, because McTominay is not a centre half. I'm not blaming it totally on him because he was the only last man back. But God, there was no one back for that. It didn't even look like anyone was running to get back for it. And then Henderson stands tiny in his net. The first rule of keeping is, if you one-on-one, just try and make yourself as big as possible. His positioning on that last goal was horrendous. I just think the whole game was just lethargic. The mentality wasn't there at all. And it was just sloppy. And it's kind of worrying that just because you've not got anything to play for now, because you know you've got top 4, I mean, I know the Leicester game we had a second team out, but you're just going to start losing these games. You're just going to start throwing these games away. It's Liverpool versus Man United. It's embarrassing to lose to that Liverpool team at Old Trafford. It's embarrassing.
Especially in that manner. Especially in that manner.
They're
a good team. If you lose playing well and it's a shootout, you lose by an odd goal or brilliance, you can take it.
It's 4-2.
Like you said, in that manner, awful.
Started off playing pretty well.
We did first 15 minutes, we were fine.
And then
after the goal, it just went downhill.
Once they scored, we completely went downhill. But usually, if they go up first, we usually come back. It's such a strange mentality that's there. But if I see McTominay and Fred start for United in that pivot next year, I'm going to lose my shit. Honestly, they just do not work for me whatsoever. I think Rashford doesn't work on the right either. If you're going to play Pogba on the left, you're playing Greenwood on the right and benching Rashford. It just is what it is. You can't play every single minute if you're playing Pogba in his position. You can't just fit square pegs into round holes. Do you know what I mean? You've got to play Rashford on that left if you are playing him. If not, bench him and put Greenwood on, because Greenwood's by far a better right winger than Rashford is. But then when Rashford went onto the left, he looked a lot better player. I thought he was non-existent on the right wing. I honestly did. I think Pogba kind of got closed down a lot today. I thought he started well, but they kind of got onto him. And altogether, the passing out from the back, the lack of organisation without Harry Maguire.
Is that how much of a big miss is Harry Maguire?
Massive miss for us. I was a big critic of him when he went through that patch at the start of the season. I thought he wasn't playing well, and I didn't see the leadership qualities over the last, God knows, 6 months now. I think he's been top for us. I think his leadership qualities have come up massively. I think he organises the back line so much more than what he did. I think his composure on the ball, his heading abilities, the way he saves us a lot of times with his last ditch blocks. I think we miss him a lot. And I think if he's not there for the Europa League final, we're going to struggle, because I think Eric Bailly and Victor Lindelof are good defenders, but I don't think they're Harry Maguire's level. And what I'm hoping for is, what I did like actually is the fact we could push up because of Eric Bailly's pace. I like that. But you can kind of see why Ollie does struggle picking him, because he makes rash challenges. He does scare you. He's not the best at heading the ball. And in that sense, because I like the fact that we have his pace, and obviously Maguire's our best centre-back by a mile, I think we should be looking to get someone in who is has got the pace of Eric Bailly, so we can push up, but is a better defender and has qualities that Maguire has as well, just to complement each other. Because both of my centre-halves, I need them to be able to head the ball, and I don't want them to risk red cards, penalties. Today I 100% didn't think it was a penalty, but it's one of them it could have been given. And I do think Eric Bailly is a good defender, definitely, but he's not got the same leadership qualities that Harry Maguire's got. And I'd like both my centre-halves to have that leadership quality, because that's what you've got, what you had in prime Real Madrid with Varane and Ramos. Yeah, go on.
Do you know what's weird is that we say the Lindelof and Maguire partnership doesn't work, but neither does Lindelof and Bailly.
No.
Maguire and Lindelof. Yeah, so Maguire and Lindelof, we say that it's not the right combination. But what I see is also what isn't the right combination is Lindelof on the left centre-back and Bailly there. It's not, like, that's not very sure. Like, we need either Bailly and Maguire for games, or Maguire and a new partner. Like, do you know what I mean? Because it's not working.
That's the thing. People were saying that if we did get a new centre-half next year to partner Maguire, then you can play Bailly and Lindelof together. No, you cannot, because Lindelof is a right-sided centre-half. I think we know that for sure. And so is Bailly. Yeah. And I don't think they had that composure. To be honest, I preferred when we played Tuanzebe and Lindelof together very early on in the season. I think there was a little bit more composure there. I'm not saying it's Eric Bailly's fault at all, because it's not. I think they were both not the best tonight, really. And I just think Victor Lindelof doesn't play on the right, and I don't think he's got... I don't know. I didn't see anyone leading the back line tonight. I thought Eric Bailly was in too deep for the goal that came off Jota. Not really his fault. It was a calamity of errors. Aaron Wan-Bissaka should have been currying Jota, but still, I'd like my defenders to get out quicker than that. And all in all, conceding 4 goals, it is going to come down to the defensive back line and the organisation. And I think everyone learnt tonight that partnership's not going to work. And Victor Lindelof certainly isn't going to work as a left-sided centre half.
Yeah, listen.
How well Maguire's done, to move to play in that position.
Well, that's just it. You gotta kind of give him his flowers, and that's what I was doing even in the build up to before he got injured. I was constantly saying, you know what, you got to kind of say, you know what, he's been good, man. He's been good, and he's become a really important part of our centre back line, of our back line. And as you can see, when he's not there, we just don't look the same at all. But to finish off, obviously, I'm not going to ask for a man of the match because we were all pants. But rest of the games, how would you manage it? Would you play your strongest team against Wolves and then rest everyone again like Leicester for the Fulham game, last game of the season, because that's only 3 days before the final? Or would you mix it up a bit? How would you deal with the next 2 games?
Well, before I go into that, I just want to say, I do think, just one thing I want to know, even though he did make a mistake by leaving Jota, I think Wan-Bissaka played really well tonight.
He did. I agree.
Really improving going forward, and to have that, to be able to go forward to a certain extent. I don't think he'll ever be absolutely amazing, but to improve his game in that sense, but still have the defensive capabilities that he does, I think that's massive for us, because I think he's really important to our team. But anyway, when managing games, to be honest, now I'm worried about second place, because Leicester and Chelsea, they have got a chance, haven't they? I don't think we're that far ahead that we.
Well, but them 2 play each other next though. So if we beat Wolves, that's why we're. If they weren't,
Well, we need to win them games.
Yeah, we've still got a game in hand over Leicester as well. Actually, do we? I think we just played that. So the table is Yeah, we're both on the same games. Yeah, so we're 4 points ahead of Leicester, and 6 points ahead of Chelsea. But they play each other next, so they both can't win. So as long as we beat Wolves, we'll be fine.
Yeah, so we need to win one game. So for me, if I was managing it, I'd put my full strength out for Wolves, put that game to bed, get the 3 points. And then for Fulham, I'd probably kind of rest a few players. I probably wouldn't put like the team out we did against Leicester because I think that's a bit extreme. But I'd rest most of the players, to be honest, bar probably like Wan-Bissaka at right back because he's needed. And then also I'd probably play Bruno. But because you need him, or either Bruno or Pogba, to add that creativity into the midfield. But to be honest, I don't think it would be a bad shout playing Matic and Van der Beek again in that pivot against a team like Fulham. No disrespect to them, because I think they could definitely do the job. And I don't see McTominay and Fred pulling up trees. I know it was a hard game today, but the lack of passing quality out from the back from them two, honestly, it baffles my head. But anyway, that's what really was poor. Hopefully, Maguire's back for the final. I mean, when Bruno went down today with that injury, I was like, please, God, no.
Yeah.
Because want to win that
Bruno
final.
Bruno was just being Bruno. He was just being, moaning about everything. He's just got that side to him.
Bruno, if he wasn't a footballer,
if he wasn't on your team,
an acting career, honestly.
100%. If he's that sort of player, when he's not on your team, you think, I hate him, sort of thing. But when he's on your team, you love him.
Yeah, it is what it is. But hopefully, put this behind us, go on to win the games, get second place, and then hopefully win the Europa League final. But I do think it is massively dependent on Harry Maguire's fitness. So I just hope he is back.
Yeah. Okay. Roll on then. I'll see you maybe on probably on the Sunday show. And obviously we've got another game next Tuesday as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it's massive next Tuesday as well. But yeah, see you then.
All right. Nice one.